Imagine you are out enjoying a beautiful day in your new community, when suddenly, a police officer approaches you. Perhaps they ask you some questions, and then they ask to see your identification. It is a common situation that can feel unsettling, especially for new immigrants navigating a new legal system. Knowing your rights and responsibilities in these moments is incredibly empowering and helps you feel more secure in your new home. So, do immigrants need to show identification to the police? The direct answer is that in most situations, you are generally not required to carry identification or show it to a police officer unless you are driving a car or have been lawfully arrested. However, while you are not always legally obligated to show identification in all encounters, it is often a good idea to identify yourself if you are asked, particularly if you are in a situation where police have a reasonable suspicion that you have committed, are committing, or are about to commit a crime. This can help de-escalate the situation and clarify your presence. The reason for this nuanced answer lies in your rights under the United States Constitution, specifically the Fourth Amendment, which protects against unreasonable searches and seizures, and the Fifth Amendment, which protects against self-incrimination. You have the right to remain silent, and you have the right to decline a search of your person or belongings. However, some states have what are called stop and identify laws. These laws generally requiring you to provide your name if an officer has reasonable suspicion to stop you. For immigrants, it is important to understand that showing identification also serves to establish your legal status in the country, which can be crucial in certain interactions. When interacting with law enforcement, here is how you can approach the situation calmly and effectively. First, always remain calm and courteous. Do not argue or resist. Ask if you are free to leave. If the officer says yes, you may politely walk away. If you are not free to leave, you have the right to ask why you are being stopped and for what reason. If you decide to provide identification, make sure it is a valid government-issued document, such as a state driver's license, a state identification card, or your passport and visa documents. Carrying copies of your important immigration documents, rather than the originals, can also be a good practice for daily situations, while keeping the originals in a secure location. Understanding these interactions is a key part of navigating life successfully in the United States. Many immigrant advocacy groups, such as the American Civil Liberties Union, or a CLU, provide detailed guides on your rights when encountering law enforcement. Remember that you always have the right to request an attorney, and it is usually best to exercise that right if you are asked questions beyond simple identification or if you feel uncomfortable. Knowing your rights, such as the right to remain silent and to not consent to searches, is a powerful tool in protecting yourself. Ultimately, being prepared for potential interactions with police and understanding your rights helps to reduce anxiety and promotes confidence. By calmly identifying yourself when asked, especially if there is a legitimate reason for the stop, and by knowing when and how to assert your other rights, you can ensure that your experience is as clear and respectful as possible. This knowledge not only protects you but also allows you to focus on building your new life here in America with greater peace of mind.
If this speaks to you, like, subscribe, and share your story.